Okay, so we are live. This is part 2 of the programming a game engine. Already, if you watch part 1, there's already quite a bit done. Before I start documenting this, the whole purpose of this game engine isn't to be like a lot of the other, live or, series that are online. There's some great ones out there. I want this sort of to be not mega high level, not mega low level, sort of mid level, and add a lot of features that are common in games. That's my focus. It's less of a focus on the low level engine part. I've done some of that stuff before, do enjoy it, but this is more okay. All games or most games have these features, but a lot of engines seem to omit those features, and you have to implement them yourself again and again and again. Yes, you can recreate you can create libraries that you can reuse and reuse, but it's not the same thing. So that's the whole point of this, is just the game engine stuff. So what I was doing last time, I was using Xcode, because I was doing it on my laptop with recording. It was a bit laggy on my laptop. On my Mac desktop it would have been fine, but didn't have really much disk space to be able to install Xcode. So I said I'll check out setting it up on Windows. I was about to set it up. I started doing it. I had a few errors. I had to fix them. Then I was like, I think it would actually be useful showing it. So I reverted all that. So we're basically in the state of where it was last time, but on Windows. So I've synced it up from GitHub. I've got 2 folders. The original one, then I've got a copy. I'll mess around with the copy and I can revert back using GitHub, but I just prefer doing it this way. So what we'll do is go to the code, and in platforms, go to Windows. I'm using Visual Studio 2019. This should work on older ones as well. Probably ask me to upgrade. I can't see any reason not to upgrade the toolset, so I'm going to upgrade that. At some point I need to update the SFML version. Okay, so if I run this, we'll get a bunch of errors. So for starters, these files, we don't want them here, so we do and we don't. So we'll exclude from the project. We don't want to delete them. Just a quick exclude. What we need to do, if we go to properties, we need to update the what is it? Forgot. We can't really do much until we've actually added a file. Otherwise, it doesn't know it's C++ project. So if we go back, go to code. And can I didn't do this last time. Let's see if I just drag that on. It don't work. I think I'm gonna have to do it. Yes, it detected where each one should go. That is nice. Not very well organized. It's just there. I guess I could organize it manually. It doesn't seem to, because it is organized in there. That's ideally how I would like the organization done. I mean, that's how I would like it done. Let me have a look. If it's been ages since I've used Visual Studio properly. Visual Studio add folder and keep subfolder structure, because that's basically what we want. Even if it's not live updating, if we create new files, that's not the end of the world as long as I can refresh. It's that directory structure that I want to keep. So he's using some button. Using this, show all files. That's not what I per se want. That's cool in its own way, but it's not what I want. Folder view. Maybe. trying to figure how he got the rest of the stuff there. He must have just detected that's the core of the project based on the GitHub stuff. Like if this does it, like I ain't gonna say no to this. So we're getting a bunch of errors. We shouldn't be getting errors in. Can I open that file? Okay, we need to fix that. Can I access the properties from here? No, that's not the properties I want to access. So if I go to the solution view, go to properties. So yeah, in here we need to change the include directories. So I already had the include directories, but because since then things have been updated on the Mac. So there's code, but in there there's include and then there's source. We don't need to mess around with the source. So it's include, engine, and game. So we do include /engine include /game. Okay, so let's see how that works, if that fixes. So that fixes those errors. It won't fix everything, so we should only have errors, as far as I'm aware, in the CPP files now. So we get them in the HPP file here as well. That will be because it's in a different folder, isn't it? Because obviously asset manager is in. Let me change the. So this is the game.hpp. We're trying to access the asset manager, which is in the manager folder. So can I just do managers / So that fixed that. Okay. That's probably a better way of doing it anyway, making sure there's the direct link to each one. I could eliminate that by just putting each individual folder, but I think this is probably a better way of doing it. This is in external. Okay. Debug is in the same directory, but I'm actually going to put it there anyway, just so I know where it is. So, and just so you know, at a quick glance, events is in input, I believe. Input, and color is in graphics. Yeah. Okay. So. Is it 32-bit or 64-bit? I'll deal with that in a second. Is it F5? Yes. How do you... Been so long. Control B. Yeah, let's see the next set of errors. I'm actually going to open all this up. It will probably be really useful. Actually, I'll just try and run it. Because when that fails and I click cancel, or no, it should take me to the error list. Where is the error list? Oh, there it is. Events. Okay, so events are in input. Okay. Did it moan about this? Don't think that's been linked yet. And let me deal with this first. Core, this will be input. GLM. How do I set up GLM for Windows again? I'm sure I've got a tutorial on this. GLM Visual Studio. I think I have. Yes. Let's have a look. I'm going to turn down the volume. So that should be simple enough. GLM. Download the latest version, that should suffice. Well, 13th of April. I started around about April, I think, with this project anyway, or not long before, so it should be all good. Shouldn't really cause any conflicts. Which one do we need? Let's get that one. So extract to the folder. What is the directory though? GLM. So yeah, so this is the folder that we need. And if I go over to this, I put it in the engine external. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all .hpps anyway. I don't think there's any. Okay, so we should be able to go back here. This will need a bit of updating. Okay, that's updated there. Okay, let's change the view back. Let's go to properties, edit. Technically it is an external, so I'll just link it that way. I'm just trying to think what's the best way to link it, because I'm using it on Mac as well. Let's try this way. So let's try doing. Okay, I think I can just do that, can't I? External GLM. Still does not like that. Oh, maybe it will after I run it. Seems to be okay with it now. Yes. So I'll keep all of the, you know, the external stuff or the other libraries separate, like with the less than, greater than, and anything, even though with my ones I can do less than and greater than, I won't do that for the simple reason they're my own files. So at a quick glance I can see. Let's go back to this project view. This is drawable. That is in graphics. Color is also in graphics. I should fix those problems. How many problems are we down to now? Let's have a look. Plenty more to go. Okay, let's just blast through all of this, shall we? So this is external and this is graphics. External. And keyboard is in input, even though I didn't have to put it there for it just be better anyway. I think this is cool. Okay, so input / Okay. Let's see. This should get rid of this error. Okay, so Tafer key KS says, what about Python? Code Roy said, bro, use VCPKG, VC package. I'll check that in a second. What about Python? Like, what's the question regarding Python in terms of for the practicality of a game engine, or like what? VCPKG library manager. Sound like this could actually be useful. Let's have a look what you can do with this. Yeah, I just want to see. It sounds like it's something that could help. I want to see, is it really gonna help? These images do not help at all. I'll try the crash course. Just put that on mute just in case YouTube is iffy about the audio from another video. They might be iffy about the video. It seemed like something that could help. I don't know if I want to use it right now, maybe in the future. Might be something that I'll check out independently, then integrate it later on. So it's something I will consider. Okay, so yeah, we just got to go through the CPP files now. Let's close all documents. Let me see if I can just open them all up at once. Yeah, couldn't really find a way to open them all up. I'll just open up each one, slowly blast through them. Let's deal with the ones that we got there so far. So we redone that one. That's in the BL. Yeah, that's fine. I could. I'll put that there. External / there we go. Time. Is that core file? Yes, that's a core file. And state machine is also core. Okay, so this is also core, and debug is also core. Asset manager is managers. Core, and engine definitions is also core. I just checked. Sequences input. Sensor is also input. QTE is also input. Input again. Input again. Input again. Input again. Yeah. Input. Nah, that's graphics. That's input. That is graphics. Shapes. And drawable is graphics. Okay, so let's try running it, see how many errors we get now. So things are compiling now. Got an error. And that's a warning, I believe. I think they're just warnings from what I can see. Generating code, let's have a look. Okay. Okay, that crashed. So it will be a texture problem of where the asset is or is not. So if I cancel that, and if I go to there'll be loading assets in the game, either the player CPP. That don't look like an ARB splash state then, I guess. Ah, no, it must be physics world. Yes. So there's resources. I know one way of fixing this is if we go to resources, if we copy that, put that in, this is debug, so if we put it in here, why am I running the sprite.cpp? Okay, so that was that issue. That timer is not working very well. Let me was the command I've got it written down here from yesterday. BCFZ2. BCFZ2. Oh no, I've got to do it on here. BCFZ2. Ooh. Got some error now. Yeah, that timer is messed up. Seems when I complete the sequence, it messes up. Soon as I complete the sequence, it messes up. Vector subscript out of range. Yes, I can figure out what that issue is, and I can pretty much tell. So if I go to this, let me have a look at something before I fix that. Did I set this up in 64-bit? I must have done, because the fact that it's running. Where do I check that again? BCFZ2. Yeah, that made it crash. Okay, first of all, let's fix that error. Okay, so it will be in not splash. I don't think it's in splash state. Oh, it was QTE that we were working on last time. So this is when next input. If underscore event position is less than, if it is less than, what's that? The size of the vector. So what vector am I looking at? Underscore event list dot size. So if it's less than that size, don't do the check because we're all done. That should fix the error that we were just having. There's another error to do with the time. Not sure what that is, but let's get this error first. You know, yesterday I was surprised that it, that it worked. So Mac must have been doing something. That's the only thing I can think of, is that Mac was doing something. This is removing all the spaces that I like as well. Where are the settings for? Let me try that one. So if I let me open up the options again. Indentation. There was another one I wanted to mess around with here. That's not it. Okay, I would like it to actually indent it, to be fair. I just don't want it to remove my spaces. So, go back to options. Somebody said, Makio in Winnek says, hey, hello. Probably butchered your name, but it is what it is. Indent braces. Nah, that's not what I want. Okay. Ooh, you add it automatically. That's what I want exactly. So yeah, I don't want it to remove spaces. Actually, no. They know exactly what I want. So we want that one. I want that one. I want to insert that space. Yes. Yes. Oh, I'm alright with that as it is. Oh, I'm liking this. Yeah, that's fine. Just setting up all this stuff. Nah, I don't like that one. But obviously it's personal preference. Ooh. Yes or no? Question is, how have I been doing it so far? Keep it all consistent. Yeah, let's go to one of the... I forgot to there. Nice, our CPP file that I want. It is the .h. And let's open the Open Sublime. That's not inherited. It'll be stuff like graphics. Rectangle should be inherited. Did not want it to open, but okay. Dewey Khan says, hey, hello, hello, hello. Okay, so spaces, yep, that's fine then. Okay. I wanted to align it to the right. Yeah, I like it next to the actual variable name and not the data type. Yeah, oh yeah, I want a space there. Wrap in. Ooh. Yeah, that's the way I've got it done, like there. That's exactly what I want. So if we go back to general, indentation. What are we doing? Yeah, definitely want. Oh, do we? Yeah, I like that. That's the way I like it. Now I prefer it like that. Not too sure about that one. Yeah, with the pre-processor stuff like the hash if, I quite like them like that. So I can just at a glance be like, okay, I can just sort of run through it. I will leave it like that. Yep, I'm happy with that. Yes. Let's try it. So if I go now, still not doing exactly what I wanted to do. But if I'm sure, how do I reformat it anyway? Let me see if that's fixed the issue that we was having. So BCFZ2, 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 BCFZ2. Currently no crashes, but it's like selection of stuff is just awkward for some reason. I don't know what's going on here. Seems to be no crashes, so that seems to have fixed it. Yeah, whatever. How do I format it? What's the format? Control D. What is Control D? No, that's duplicate, ain't it? Advanced, Control K and Control D. That's formatted it the way I want it. Let me try to see if I did that. Did not format that the way I wanted it then. Make sure if I go back to options, It's more of a manual job. Are these even game run? Let me try doing it, running it now. Doi Carter, do you feel lonely when developing games independently? No, not really. Truth Half-Life 1, hello, hello. Good name, Half-Life. Okay, so that was not running. So this should crash if I do BCFV2. No. I need to actually select this. Why can't I actually select it? Let me try running this again. BCFV2. They're all ones now. The question is, why was that not running? If event position is less than event list size, the size of it should, well, the position should start at 0, and the list should be like a size of 5. And let me print out. So it goes. You can't switch back. Wait, let me this time. Something slow about it. I feel like I don't think it's my resources. Okay, so it's, yeah, there's really no reason why. Okay, so we got. Okay, so that other thing is only ever gonna get run when I press it. So if I do B, then we actually put this one here. See, why is this moaning about? The enum type is unscoped. Prefer enum class over enum. Don't see why it should. Okay, let's have a look. So the event size is 5, which is exactly what it should be. So does it even work if I do it? I'm wondering if it's some sort of thing because of it sounds nice. See, if I do 64-bit, this should give me errors, hands down. I can't see why this would work. I don't know why that 64-bit was saying there, because I think it says that is separate view. Release, it should give me errors as well. It should just be debug only, and it should be debug only 32-bit. takes a little while to load for the events to start triggering. So why is that? Like on Mac, it was okay. Let's see if I do anything now. DCFZ2. Let's clean the project. Let's do a whole new build so you'll compile every single file manually. See, that timer is appearing now. DCFZ2 is completed. Why wasn't each individual one showing as completed? Okay, so let me try something. I'm going to grab, how big is this? 2.2 gig. Jesus. Why so big? 2.2 gig. I don't know. The code should be tiny. Yeah, the code's tiny. Could be external library. It's not that big. The platforms are huge. Is it Windows or Mac? Windows is huge for some reason. Do not know what. Apparently that's in use. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it on my Mac. You won't see this. I just want to see if it runs on my Mac fine. If it does. Okay, we can ignore these files. Oh, what happened there? For some reason my computer started. One second. How's that? Sometimes when I operate, I think it's blocking the sensor for some reason. Okay, yeah, that seems okay. Platforms shouldn't take too long to copy over. Jesus, that's still quite a long time. It's that Visual Studio one. It's huge. Yeah, I don't think somebody's at the door. I think somebody's just put a leaflet at the door. You can see what knock is that. I actually think there is. we wanted to get this over on here. This, how big is this folder? Yeah, it's this one here. Can't zip it up. Compress to no. Add to 7-zip, yes. Yeah, that's gonna take. So let me compress this. I'll copy it over to the Mac and I'll see if it works on the Mac. Currently, it'll be good to see that anyway, just to see any problems that have occurred from the changes that are made, if any. But I don't know what is happening. So the BCFC error seems to have been fixed. It seems to be something with the timer or the clock where it's like it's not properly running. I'll have to Google the issue. Yeah, nobody's at the door. Just post. The guy came back to put some more. I think he forgot the generic Christmas leaflets anyway, so went in the bin. Almost there. Should be copy a lot faster. One's only one file, two is being compressed, so it's a lot. This one's a lot smaller. The MacBooks is down here. Let's eject this. Yes, it's on. It's over here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so just copying that file onto the desktop now. That was quick. Where's it gone? Can't see it. I legit can't see it on the desktop. I'm gonna have to reload the Finder, aren't I? Alt, click, Finder, relaunch. That should make it appear. There we go. Little tip for Mac: if you ever see things disappear, keep Alt press, click the Finder in the bottom left, still keep pressed, click the relaunch button, it'll reopen. The folders will close, but they'll reopen on the correct Windows, the desktops I should say, and it should be all good. So yeah, just expanding the files now. Bear with me. Okay, so let's get back to this. Okay, so about to open it up now. So opening up the Xcode project. Yes, allow to access the desktop. I'm just gonna try and click play. See what happens. So we go an error. Does not like doing like the folder name / and the folder name. Okay, so that is not good at all. It does not like that. It doesn't work on Mac then, or it might just be a matter of some setting. Let me check the settings out. Probably I'm gonna say it's probably a setting thing. Build rules. No, let's go to build settings. Nope, not that one. Header search paths. If we add in the header search path, if we add code, then it's include engine. Then if I add another one for game, that should hopefully fix those issues. Try running it now. Build succeeded. Okay. If that's all it is, then that's good as well. But it does not help in terms of what is. Okay, so. See the timer seems probably can't see very well, but seems to be working okay on here. And it resets, but if I do B, C, F, Z, it'll reset after 2 seconds. B, C, F, Z, 2, no reset, and not crashing. So the timer's working okay here. So on the bright side, we fixed the Mac little thingy as well. So I'm going to zip this back up. So we'll work from this folder now. Yeah, we'll work from this folder. I'm thinking, do I have... compress it. Thinking, do I have, what's it called? Shared access to the my document folder on here where the file is, so I can just easily get onto it without having to constantly switch things over like this. So I've got shared stuff for other, projects, other folders, hard drives, so I can set that up. Let me see if I've already got it. So if I've already got it, that will help a lot. Users, maybe. think I've already got access to it, yeah. So I'll let this zip complete, and then I'll try to open up the platform file on here, and I'll try and run that accordingly. So that zip is almost complete, because I do have access to it, because I provided access to my computer's hard drive a little while ago for other purposes. So if I run this now, we should get the same error, and we should be able to fix that by going to the settings, build settings, scroll down to where we're linking the header search paths, add another one, and add another one, again, run it now, should hopefully get no errors. We got an error. OpenGL is deprecated. Consider migrating to Metal instead. Yeah, I bet OpenGL is deprecated. Seems to be building. Didn't do any change. When I was changing the header search paths, I was still on the window. It didn't save until I closed that window. So I think that's all it was. So let me just have a bit of food while we wait. This is just building. We're building 15 of 27. That's the task, so just waiting for this to successfully build. Let me say hi to my very special close friend. I think it's taking so long because doing of the network onto this hard drive. I think that's why it's taking so long. Otherwise it probably wouldn't take so long. I think that's what it is. Although I've never known it to take this long on this, side project, on this particular project, so yeah, I think that's what it is. Plus this is open as well. I wonder if that's conflicting with anything. Possibly. Building 25 of 27 tasks. Just gonna wait it out now. We're almost there. The last two tasks are taking ages. I'm just going to close. Ooh, Bill succeeded. I'll direct close Visual Studio then. Okay, so running it. Okay, so I need to give permission for the keystrokes. That all seems to be good. Seem to have fixed that, but that timer thing seems to be fine on Mac. I need to have a look at what that is then, so let me unplug this USB stick. At least I know now that I can access the stuff. Might be better if I had it wired in remotely. I mean, yeah, wired in instead of wireless. Maybe. It might just be a hard drive read-write limitation. Nah, I think it's more of a network limitation. Even then it seems slow. But we'll see. Okay, yeah, so issue we're having, if I run it, the clock takes ages to appear. Like there's something wrong with the clock here. Now, you can tell by the timer. So I'm gonna have to Google this. I'm not too sure what's happening here. What have I got this open for? Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, let me try something else. Let me try platform, Windows, debug. Let me open it up directly from here. I open it up from the right section. Because there was no resources in here. They clean it though, to be fair. Let me whack the resources back in. That may have caused an error. See, like just switching the windows is just weird. Something weird about it. It's just feels strange. SFML. I mean, could it be Visual Studio 2019? Don't think it should be, but again, it's the project is running. SFML timer random key number. See if I do that. It's not what I want. I want random timer. Where's the clock? Clock not working. Windows. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's for setting it up. If this is look at this. This is the actor code, and there's a lot of things wrong with it. Man, like there's 4 lines of code chill. Okay. Very short example. I haven't got it completely set up, but I might wrap up today. How long have we been doing the live stream for now? Let's have a look, see if there's any comments. Got a comment from Osmine Retro just a couple of minutes ago. Hi, hello, Osmine. SML slow on Windows. I mean, let me see if, let me just Google that. Okay, so I'll wrap up for today, and we will continue tomorrow. You see, I can't even seem to open it properly. What is going on? Well, I'm not going to, let me clone a repo. Let me search for SFML. Taking a while. Yeah, why is it taking so long just to find the repo? SFML. So we want the box 2D one. Yeah, that should have a project in there. I want to see if there's similar sort of issues happening in it. For a wrap up. apparently this already exists. Well, what happened there? Let me try cloning one more time. No, they have to be next time. Clone repo, SFML, box2d tutorials. So yeah, it's doing it from scratch again. Nothing so far. Guessing it just gets it, puts in some temporary directory, then either unzips it and puts it there, or yeah, probably unzip it, I guess. Or will it? So that means that's on the assumption that he zips it up first. That'd be a more efficient way, but same receive an object, but object of what? It might be their own sort of internal object structure for the zip, for the compressed file. Could be anything really. PS5 in 3 days. Can't wait for that. Nope. Just moaning about that, so that is the end of that. So I will have to continue with that next time. So I am gonna wrap up now. So as always, if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any suggestions, feedback, either for the stream, for the project, or for anything, you know, feedback will be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you hopefully tomorrow for another live stream on coding this game.